Dear students, myself Vijay Pratap Singh. Today we are going to discuss our topic studies. Our topic is the left strategic control. So we are going to discuss about strategic control. What is that? आपको टॉपिक कंट्रोलिंग पढ़ाया जा रहा है चैप्टर 8 का, ठीक है। इसमें मैंने आपको कल पढ़ाया था देयर आर टू एस्पेक्ट्स ऑफ कंट्रोलिंग फंक्शन, कि हमारे पास दो कंट्रोलिंग फंक्शंस काम करते हैं। जैसे पहला है स्ट्रेटेजिक कंट्रोलिंग फंक्शन, सेकंड ऑपरेशनल कंट्रोलिंग फंक्शन। इसके अनुसार आपको ये बताया जा रहा है कि हमारे कंट्रोलिंग फंक्शन क्या क्या होते हैं और कैसे होते हैं। तो दो फंक्शन आपको बताए जा रहे हैं। फर्स्ट वन strategic control, you have to see in that heading. Strategic control refers to check how effective and strategies and the plans are, because sometimes they can be deviation of inactual performance and planned performance due to plans and strategies. For example, we can say let plan output is 100 unit, but actual output we got 120. In this case, mismatch in the due to under estimation of the plan, so it is a called strategic control. आपको इस एग्जाम्पल के माध्यम से दिखाया जा रहा है कि हमारा लेट प्लान आउटपुट 100 था, मतलब हमने आज का प्लान बनाया था कि हमें 100 यूनिट प्रोडक्शन करना है, लेकिन हमारा एक्चुअल प्रोडक्ट 120 यूनिट अगर हो जाता है तो जो मिस मैच हो रहा है, मतलब 20 यूनिट हमें एक्स्ट्रा प्राप्त हो रही है। इसके अनुसार हम ये कह सकते हैं कि हमने प्लानिंग के अंतर्गत जो काम किया तो हमें अच्छा कंट्रोल होने की वजह से 20 यूनिट का एक्स्ट्रा फ़ायदा हो रहा है। इसीलिए हमें ये बताया जाता है कि अगर हम स्ट्रेटेजिक प्लानिंग या कंट्रोलिंग के अंतर्गत काम को करते हैं तो हमें एक्स्ट्रा फ़ायदा होगा, और ये फ़ायदा हमारे डेली लाइफ के लिए सबसे इम्पॉर्टेंट है। सेकंड है द ऑपरेशनल कंट्रोल। तो सेकंड वी हैव टू डिस्कस अबाउट इट। The operational control except refers to forces of managerial and other activities of the organization. That is to find out whether the mismatch is due to fault in the actions or activities. In both the acceptance, the managers try to find out reasons for mismatch and take corrective measures. This is the difference between both. With the help of that, we can able to calculate the operational control. Now we are going to discuss about nature of controlling. So dear students, it is written in front of you, nature of controlling. We will discuss about nature of controlling. Controlling is a goal-oriented function. First one is controlling is a goal-oriented function. Controlling function makes such everyone follow the plans of work is accomplished as per the plan, and plan always aim to achieving organizational goal. The first one you have to listen once again, nature of controlling. First one is controlling is a goal oriented function. Controlling function makes sure everyone follows the plans and work of accomplished as per the plan, always aim to achieving organizational goal. Second one is given in front of you. Controlling is an preservative function. We can say controlling is all pervasive function. Controlling is not the task of top level management. Controlling is not a task of top level management only, but managers working at the level, for example, top, middle, operational level, perform controlling function. With the help of that, we can know this nature of controlling. So now we are discussing about nature of controlling. First one is given in front of you. Controlling is a goal-oriented function. And second one is given in front of you. Controlling is an pervasive function. And third one is in front of you. Controlling is a both backward-looking as well as forward-looking function. This is the fourth one. Third one, you can see easily in that video in front of the screen. Third one is given. Controlling is the both backward looking as well as forward looking function. Controlling is backward looking function as manager compare to plant performance with the actual performance, and to measure the actual performance, they have to look back to the performance already done. Controlling is forward looking also because it does not end only by comparing past information or past performance with future, but it is also suggests measures to remove the season of failures of plans. We can say this function makes sure that plans and performance match in future. This is the importance of nature of controlling. Next we can say fourth one, controlling is a continuous function. Controlling is not a time job, but it is an organizational process. It is carried on till the organizational is surviving. This is the data. With the help of that we can able to explain. Once again listen. Controlling is a continuous function. Listen. Nature of controlling, once again we have to discuss. So in front of you all headings I am explaining. Controlling is a goal oriented function. Second, controlling is an pervasive function. Third one, controlling is a both backward looking as well as forward looking function. And fourth one is given in front of you. Controlling is a continuous function. Now after that we have to discuss about importance of controlling. So we have to discuss about importance of controlling. Controlling help in achieving organizational goal. When the plans are made in the organization, they are directed towards achievement of the organizational goal, and the controlling function ensure that directed towards it should be achievement of organizational take place according to the plans, and if there is any deviation, timely action is taken to bring back activities on the path of planning. When all the activities are going according to plan, then automatically they will direct towards achievement of organizational goal. Second one we have to discuss about it, judging accuracy of standard. Judging accuracy of standard Through static control, we can easily judge whether the standard of target set as accurate or not. An accurate control system receives standard from time to time to match them with environmental changes. This is the second importance of controlling. Now, third importance of controlling is given in front of you, making efficient uses of resources like traffic sign, control guides, the organizations, and keep it the right track. Each activity is performed according to the standards, as the result is also most effective uses of resources. Next importance of controlling, we have to read fourth one, improving employees' motivation. An effective control system communicates the goal and standards of appreciation of employees to subordinates well in advance. A good control system also guides employees to come out from their problems. This free communication and care motivations the employees to give better performance. And fourth importance of controlling, we have to discuss ensure order and discipline. Ensure orders and discipline. Control creates an atmosphere of order and discipline in the organization. Effective control system keep the subordinates under checking and make sure they perform their function efficiently. Sharp control can help to check over dishonesty and fraud of employees. Strict control monitors employee work of computer monitor, which brings more order and discipline in the work environment. And last importance of controlling is given coordination in action. Facilitate coordination in action. Control help to maintain equilibrium between means of properly or ends. Controlling makes sure the proper direction is taken and that various factors are maintained properly. All the departments are controlled according to the department standards, which are well coordinated with one another. Control provides unity of direction. So dear students, up to now we had learned about importance of controlling. Once again you listen all headings. In front of you 6 headings are given. Help in achieving organizational goal first. Second, judging accuracy of standard. Third, making effective use of resources. Fourth, improving employees' motivation. Fifth, ensure order and discipline. And sixth, facilitate coordination in action. So now dear students, you have to revise well today. We had completed today nature of controlling and importance of controlling.